One of the best things that you can do as an association to provide value to your members is help them connect with the legislators and elected officials in their area. It's a hidden secret. It shouldn't be, but I got to tell you, it's a powerful thing that your members fall in love with. We've done it for other clients of ours, and these businesses, when they have a member of Congress, a governor, a state legislator, a county board member even, or a mayor walking through their facilities, they feel pretty special. It gives them a chance to highlight their business, gives them a chance to talk about their issues, to talk about your issues, and let's be honest, the elected official that you've brought in, it's a huge value to them, so they owe you one. It's a huge win-win for everybody, so that's what we're going to talk about. It's something we do for a lot of our clients. I've got Rich Carter here with me, who's our government affairs expert, does a lot of grassroots work like this for our clients. Rich, thanks for joining me.
Great to be here, Collin.
This is something we've done for a good amount of our clients, and they found a lot of success. We call it engaging with your legislators or with your elected officials. I know one of our clients has a pretty cool name for it, right?
Yeah, they actually branded it, calling it Legislator Connect, which is perfect because that's what we're doing. We're connecting them with their legislators.
Yeah, and it's what we have seen over time as we've done this, it's actually harder to get the businesses and the business owners to do this, to think about actually doing this, than it is to get the lawmaker to agree. I mean, that's the thing. People think, oh, they'll never do it. Anybody who knows lawmakers know they're desperate for attention. They're desperate for getting to meet new people, to meet businesses in their districts, to get press opportunities, social media opportunities. Most of the time, it's the business owner who's reticent because they go, oh, I don't know if I want to do this or if they want to do this. We make one phone call to the legislator, whoever it might be, and they're there the next week, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, for them, it's a huge win because number one, they get to go into a constituent company, learn what they do, meet the folks, and get a great tour, and at the same time, social media hit, photos, all that great stuff. And anytime a legislator can show that they're in someone's business, working with a small business, it's a big win for them.
Yeah, and if you're the association and you give this opportunity to your members, that's a value add, a free value add of what you can provide to your members to show them just how impactful you are in the public process. And that's a big deal. When they come up for renewal, they're going to remember that you brought some high-ranking legislator, which to them, it could be high-ranking. Those of us could know they might be a backbencher, but to that business, they're special because they're their lawmaker. They're going to remember that.
Oh yeah, totally. They not only remember it, but a lot of times if they're providing testimony on the floor, great anecdotes, right? They're talking about a certain aspect of something, or even in the case of one of the businesses that we set this up for last year, they were building a product that could potentially have government use. And so they brought the legislator in, they got to see it, and then from then on they start building this relationship, hoping in the future there could be contracts with the government.
Yeah, I mean, this has a long-term benefit for the businesses that are in your association, the contractors, the workers. It has long-term benefits for them as it builds that relationship. And that lawmaker now has a stronger relationship with the business, with your association. We've seen it, where now you can go back to that lawmaker and you can ask them to engage on a bill, maybe sponsor something for you. If you're opposed to something, they'll be more apt to take your phone call because you've provided them value. Let's be honest, most of life is transactional, and if in politics it's especially so. If you can provide some value to these lawmakers, they now owe you one, if you will, to be crass. They're going to remember that the next time you might need something from them. And so this has a lot of long-term benefit for everyone involved.
Totally. And another benefit that you didn't bring up was, just educating these members that might be on the opposite side of an issue, especially when it comes to businesses, showing the impact that perhaps their vote on a bill had on them, trying to convince them, turn them around a little bit on this. Maybe they don't vote against it next time.
Yeah, I mean, one of our favorite clients does this work, and I remember vividly a story of a left of center and very progressive lawmaker who came in to do something like this. And had them in, they started to build a relationship, and now that lawmaker is still a progressive lawmaker, but they voted pro-manufacturing in a number of bills because they now see what this is. I mean, we forget sometimes that a lot of these lawmakers don't have that experience. They don't deal with farming issues or business issues or manufacturing issues or trade issues or worker issues. They're just not the world they come from. And so just giving them exposure to that, letting them see it, has a huge impact on how they might act and vote and even speak in the future.
Totally, and in addition, for the business owner, the problem with them primarily is that they don't see the value. Politicians, a lot of them don't like to get involved politically, but once after that first connect, they realize how important this is and the relationship that they can build with these legislators.
Yeah, I mean, we've not seen it where a business or any sort of entity does something like this and some engagement with a lawmaker who doesn't come out of it going, okay, that was amazing, what can I do next? I mean, that's the good thing. When you talk about an engagement funnel, as an association, you're trying to work people down that funnel at all times. And so once you get them in on this, I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen this too, they're now filling out witness slips and they're showing up at events, they're doing the next thing and the next thing, because this is, it always works. It's always a powerful afternoon or morning for the business owners. They love it. It highlights them and what they do. They always feel really good about it. And so it's a great way to segue into what's the next thing you want them to do, right?
Oh, totally. You know, once you get them engaged politically, then you have them. Then they're ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's talk logistically just quickly. So for these associations that are watching, how do you do this? What's the process? We won't take up too much time, but just give some thoughts on what the process is for setting these up and how do you run them. Walk us through it a bit.
Sure. So I think what you do, you know, with the associations is you try to start off with definitely members that you know are a little politically active. Start with them, get some easy hits, find out who their legislators are. Reach out to them, say, hey, would you like to meet with your legislator? Most of these will do that. So we get a couple of quick hits. The legislator, of course, they're going to come. They're going to love it. You know, it's going to be a quick, easy hit. We publicize it. We show the other members of the association what's going on here. We talk about the benefits of it. Then the next thing you know, we have people calling us saying, hey, can I get in on this too?
So it's building that peer pressure a bit where you show them, hey, listen, these early adopters, it worked for them. Now you come around. Okay, that's a great way. So now you've got people who are interested in doing it. Reaching out to the lawmakers is easy, as you said, right? I mean, we've got relationships. It's a little bit easier for us because we know them, but even the associations can do it. Of course, we'd love it if you hired us, but they could probably do it themselves too if they have the staff. Reach out to those lawmakers, and as you said, it's a pretty easy ask, right?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, what we've done is we basically give them a script if they want to do it or if they want us to do it, and it's really easy. You know, it's simply inviting them to come out. Usually takes maybe an hour, hour and a half. Come in, sit down for 20 minutes, bring your leadership team together, tell them what they do, show them what they do, and if there are any concerns with anything going on in the government, share that with them, and then take them on a tour.
We've even seen sometimes where the lawmaker maybe give a chance to address the staff in the lunchroom or something, so they have a chance to speak. So they're listening and they're speaking and they're learning. It's all built together. In terms of that, like the day of, you just mentioned it, how the agenda would go. So you bring the leadership team together, you have a bit of a private discussion with them, take them on a tour, let them have a chance to meet some of their employees, give them a chance to get photos in your shop, in your business, because that's part of why they're doing this, is to get the photos. All right, anything else logistically that you might do as part of this sort of engagement or connect?
Like you said, a lot of times the business owner doesn't want to shut down, so they'll just let you talk to the employees as you go, kind of just take a tour. But once in a while, if they don't have problems with it, they'll shut down for a little while, bring everyone together where the legislator can then address them as a group.
Yeah.
And it really just depends on the preference of the business owner.
And then follow up. You want to post social media from the business because it helps make your business look stronger, look better. It also furthers that relationship. You might even want to use it as a chance. I know we've had a few who've used it as a chance to engage the media, where they say, hey, we just had so-and-so out. They'll engage the local media, the newspapers, even some manufacturing-related podcasts. It gives them a chance to get some PR if they want it. There's some follow-ups that you can really build off of this, right?
Oh yeah, and it's also great for the association because they can post on their social media. And in the case, they can show that they're active, they're engaged, they're reaching out to the legislators, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Yeah. One other thing I want to talk about as a different version of this that we have done for some clients is when they have a big, want to have like a big day, for instance. I remember one client, this was even before you were with us, one client who did a day for Republicans, then a day for Democrats, and they brought people in from across the state. They had state lawmakers, they had federal lawmakers. They were a CAT affiliate, so they had these big tractors. People wanted to come just because it was cool. I got to drive a huge tractor. That was one of my favorite moments. It was definitely a moment. But they made a day of it. And so what they did is they had a couple time slots that people could come in. They had people sign up for a time slot. They'd started with getting a briefing from the owner of the company, and then gave them a tour, let them drive some tractors, and then had like lunch or food for them. I mean, they made a whole thing out of it. You don't always have to do it to that level, but if you're a bigger business, or maybe you have a grand grand opening. You could do something bigger like that, maybe a ribbon cutting. I mean, a lot of these things could be built together into a larger event if you want to, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, it would just be simply an open house, and you would set aside a couple of hours and say, come on in at this time, and you can address the group then and take you on a tour. So it's really customizable. You can do whatever you want. The key is just to make sure that you're getting these guys in the door. Guys and gals, getting them in the door and showing them what you're doing.
Well, let's be honest, elected officials, they're kids at heart. So if you can give them a chance to actually do something fun while they're there, they're gonna do it. If you've got a manufacturing plant and they can hit a button that makes something, or they can shred something up, or drive a tractor like I got to do, I mean, if there's something they can do to physically experience your business, that's something that takes it to another level. And so think about that. They're not only looking to have a good time, that's gonna be great visuals for them. An elected official in a hard hat with safety goggles on, hitting a button on a big, a machine, they're going to post that on their social media. They're going to use that in their next mailer. I mean, they're going to love that, and they're going to thank you for giving them that opportunity. So figure out ways to make it engaging like that, right?
Oh, totally. And it's just so funny. Most of these legislators that come in, they never seen any of this stuff. They had no idea this existed in their district, and it's just funny to see the look on their face when they come in. They see one of these big CNC machines, robotic things going everywhere, and they're just kind of like, wow, impressive.
Yeah, we had one that was able to walk through a private, not quite top secret, but almost top secret facility and get to see that. They couldn't talk about it, they couldn't post it on social media, but they're still calling me about how cool that was several years later. So give them these opportunities. Again, they're gonna love it. All right, any final thoughts on how you can use what our client likes to dub Legislator Connect, that these associations can use this? Any final thoughts on this from you?
It's just a no-brainer. Everyone should be doing it, and I think, whether it's an association or a small business owner, I think it's, they don't really think about this, but it's so easy to do, and everyone should be doing it.
All right, well, unfortunately, we are good at giving advice, but bad at business. So I'm going to tell you, you can do this yourself as an association. That's the thing where I kind of screw us over on business. However, we could do it and help you out. But either way, whether you hire a company like Cor or you do it yourself, take advantage of this, especially during these slower months. We're recording this during the summer, and so this is typically slower for governing. It's typically slower for politics. This is a great time to do it. These lawmakers are home. They got nothing else to do. They're probably sick of parades. Take advantage of this time. So let us know if we can help you with it, but either way, connect with your lawmakers, engage your lawmakers, have your members bring them into their facilities. You're going to see tremendous benefits from it. Thank you to Rich. I'm Collin Corbett from Cor Strategies. We'll talk to you again soon.